Namaste. Welcome to your yoga practice. Today we're going to be practicing hip openers, focusing on the inner thighs, on really opening the legs so that the knees can move down towards the ground. So stretching the inner thighs. One of the main complaints that I have in my classes are people can't sit in Sukhasana. I'm sitting in Sukhasana right now. And what I often see is when people go into the pose, their back is rounded, their knees are lifting, and they're kind of in this very uncomfortable position that's hard not only for the lower back, but it's also hard for the hips. It puts extra stress on the internal and abdominal organs. So we really want to open the hips so that sitting in Sukhasana or sitting in any pose becomes a little bit more stress-free. So let's begin. So let's start lying on the back, and we'll first release the hips. So you can bring your knees together because we're going to be opening the hips. So bring your knees together and the feet apart and take a few breaths. Just set your intention. Try to release tension in the inner groins, release tension in the outer hips, lower back, by tuning into a deeper breath. And really, with each exhalation, really releasing, letting go. And then you're going to bring your knees to your chest and you're going to hug them in. But relax the legs, relax the hips. And we're going to do kind of like a little bit of a frog movement. So you'll place one foot on the ground and actually place your left foot on the ground. And then with your right leg, press straight out. Open the hips so you're turning your knee out to the side and bring it back in. So it's like a cycling action. Bring your knee in. Press your foot out, turn your toes and your knee out to the side, and bring it back up towards your shoulder and into your chest. So just circling like that. Just getting that rotation in the hip, and then change the direction. So when your knee's in your chest, you move the knee out, press forward, and bring it back into the center. Knee out to the side, press forward, and bring it into the center. And just do that a few more times. So here we're moving more into the external rotation. And then bring it in and release. Now let's go to the other side. Bring your left knee in, and then you press the foot straight out, open the hip, bring it out to the side, almost as if you're trying to get your knee to touch the side wall. Bring it into the shoulder and into the center. Press forward, turn your foot out, bend your knee out to the side, bring it into the center. Forward, turn it out, and bring it all the way in. Do that a few more times. So working this internal rotation as we bring the knee into the center, and then hold the knee to the center. Now, other way, knee out to the side, press forward and bring it up in front. Knee to the side, press forward, bring it up to the front. Don't worry about how far your knee goes, just like we're just lubricating the joint right now. And then place your foot back down and just notice any new sensations that you might feel in the hips. Take a few breaths. Take your feet a little wider than your hips with the knees bent, and slowly lower your knees to the left. Open your arms, turn your head to the right, windshield wipers. Release in your hips. So the first part of the practice is just to release. Especially if you've been sitting in a chair all day long, or during your week you normally work sitting down. It's good to first release and reset, and then we can work deeper into the hips. Go to the other side, inhale, exhale, knees to the right, turn your head to the left. Take a few breaths. The breath can work miracles. So any tension that you have around the breath, around the lungs, the diaphragm, really letting go. So whatever tension you hold in your body, that tension will be amplified in the hips. So whatever you can release in your body, release it. And that way the hips will release. And then bring your knees back to the center. Roll to your side and come up onto all fours and take downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, pedal your feet. Stretch out through your arms. Notice where you're holding tension and let those be kind of the center of your focus for the rest of the practice, allowing those tensions to release, and watch them release and dissolve as we move along. Walk your feet forward towards your hands and fold in Uttanasana with the feet a little wider than your hips, giving yourself some space. Bend your knees if you need to bring your fingertips to the floor, or mount your hands onto blocks. And then inhale, come all the way up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So we're going to start working a little bit more actively, doing the sun salutations with the lunges. So again, use this as a way of just kind of like finding your coordination and tuning, like connecting your hips to the rest of your body. So the more coordination we have, the more control we'll be able to have over the hips later on in our practice. Bring your hands to your heart, feet parallel. So all 10 toes are pointing straight ahead, and the thighs, the inner thighs, kind of sweep back. Lift your lower belly to draw the tailbone in towards the center of your body. And exhale your breath. Inhale, sweep your arms up, reach up. Exhale, and hinging in the hips, fold forward. Bend your knees if you need to touch the ground. Inhale, lengthen your spine, look forward, halfway up. Exhale, bring your left foot back. Inhale, lengthen your spine, look forward with the knee down on the ground. So you have a stretch in the front of your thigh. And then as you exhale, step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep forward and into plank and lower down to your belly. Hands underneath the elbows. Inhale, lift up into cobra. Stretch the front of your thighs, the front of the hips, but move your shoulders back and down. Downward facing dog. Right foot once again comes forward between the hands. Lower your back knee. Inhale, sweep forward, pulling up from the belly. Exhale, Uttanasana, feet parallel, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do the second side. Inhale, reach your arms. Exhale, fold forward, hinging in the hips, not in the lower back. Inhale, halfway up, gaze forward, lengthen your spine. Lower back is slightly drawn in, and reach your right leg back this time, knee to the ground. From the front of your right thigh, inhale, pull up in the belly, look up, and exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward into plank, lower your knees and come all the way down. Top of the feet on the floor, wrists under elbows, inhale, cobra. Like in the lunge, reach your legs back, but pull up on the front of your thighs, pull up in the belly to lengthen your spine, shoulders down. Downward facing dog, exhale your breath. The left leg comes forward, left foot on the floor, right knee on the floor. Inhale, pull up on your right thigh, look up, pull up all the way through the belly, the chest, and lengthen the back of your neck. Don't let your head drop back. Uttanasana, step forward and fold. With your next inhalation, come all the way up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Now we're going to skip the first lifting halfway up, and we'll go straight away into the lunges. Follow carefully as we're going to be changing it up a bit. So this is sun salutation, the classical sun salutation. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale and fold forward. Right leg back. Inhale, knee to the ground, look up. Exhale, plank. Come all the way down to the belly. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your right foot forward, left knee to the floor, pull up on the thigh, lengthen the spine. Inhale, exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart, Samastitihi. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg goes back, knee to the floor, pull up on the thigh, lift your chest. Exhale, lower down to the belly. Inhale, lift the belly, tailbone down, shoulders down. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot forward, right knee to the floor, pull up on the thigh. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, right foot forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift up. Again, exhale, fold forward, round 2. Right leg back, pull up on the thigh. Inhale, lunge. Exhale to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Reach your legs back, tailbone down, shoulders down. Exhale, dog pose. Right foot forward, left knee to the ground, pull up on the thigh. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, Uttanasana. Relax the head and the neck. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale and fold. Left leg back, knee to the ground, pull up on the thigh. Inhale, lunge. Exhale to the belly. Cobra as you inhale, quality in the upper body. Open the chest. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right knee to the floor, pulling up on the thigh. Inhale. Exhale, step forward and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, stretch up. We're finished our cycle. Exhale, hands at the heart. Take a breath here. Relax your arms. Take a breath to observe. Take a wide stance for down dog warrior. So here we have our first opening. Turn your right toes to the right. Align your right heel with your left arch. Make sure your back foot is parallel to the outside edge of your mat. Reach your arms up. Exhale, bend your right knee over the front of your ankle. Over the front of your ankle. Bring your hands down into the instep of your right foot. Make sure your right knee doesn't fall in with you. Keep turning your right hip open, right buttock underneath, and walk your hands away from your foot on a diagonal. So your right toes are pointing towards the front of your mat, over your third toe, and your hands are way over to the left. Keep the stability in your back leg as you lift your inner thigh, and then even more, draw that right buttock under. From the pelvis, press out through your legs and reach out through your arms. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Softening the heart. Working the opening of the hips. And then walk your hands back in. Press into your feet. Inhale, come up to standing. Turn to the other side. Right toes in, left toes out. Align heel to arch. Inhale, open your arms. Exhale, bend your left knee over the front of your ankle. Don't pass your toes, just over the front of the ankle. Keep the stability in your back leg. Bring your hands down to the instep of your left foot. Engage the muscles of your legs. And maintaining the lift of your right inner thigh, turn your left buttock underneath. So your knee stays back over your foot towards the middle of towards the third toe. Walk your hands away. So your hands, your arms, and your left leg are kind of moving away from one another. Opening in the left hip, stable in the right. Keep bending the front knee, but keep your heel heavy on the floor. From the pelvis, press out through your legs. Inhaling. Exhaling. Walk your hands back in. Inhale to stand up. Turn your feet parallel, walk them closer together. Come down onto your knees and place something underneath your knees. Maybe a blanket if you need. Just for some cushion underneath the knees to support the knees. So gate pose, Parigasana. Right side first, take your foot out to the right foot to the right. And then turn your toes 45 degrees out. The foot and the knee are on the same line. Open your arms out to the side, lift and lengthen up through your spine as you press down through your legs. So press down, lift and lengthen. Let the inner groins move into the body, so the inner groins move towards the buttocks. And then keeping that, lean to your right, take your left arm alongside your ear. Right hand to your leg. Lift the lower belly from your pubic bone and lengthen through your spine. Keep the stability in the legs as you side bend. Feel the stretch on the outside of your left side, left waist. And then engaging in that area, inhale, come back up. Change sides. Take your left foot out to the side. Align your foot with your knee. And then turn your toes out 45 degrees. Inhale, reach your arms up, out to the side. And pressing your feet down, engage your legs. Move your inner groins deeper into the body so that your butt sticks out just a little bit. And then lean to your left. Take your right arm alongside your ear so you feel the side stretch. And from your lower belly, lift the pubic bone so that your tailbone points down. Take a deep breath in, exhale your breath, get longer through the center of your body. So if you have any groin injuries, this pose is really good for that. We're drawing the groins in, tailbone down. It will help to kind of recuperate any groin injuries, any hardening in the groin area. And then feel the stretch in the left and the right side. Tone the right side, inhale and come up. And release. Now you might want to open up your blanket or even take 2 blankets. And what I'll do is I'll actually move my mat forward so that my blanket is on the floor. From here, I'm going to take my feet together and my knees wide. Okay? I'm kind of in a deep squat. So I keep my knees wide, my feet together, and I bring my elbows down to the floor. Now, just like we did in gate pose, inhale here. Draw the knees closer together just slightly and move the inner groins back. So you're kind of sticking your butt out towards the wall behind you. And then from there, you're going to press your knees slightly out, slowly, 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 so you're gentle on the inner groins. To deepen the pose, take the feet out to the sides. I'm kind of kicking my plant there. So feet move out to the sides, so the knees go towards 90 degrees. Don't go wider than 90, you don't have to go wider than 90. And then once you feel that opening, you start to shift the hips back. So moving my buttocks now towards the wall. Stay here for a few breaths or longer. Feel free at any time to press pause during your practice and just to stay longer in the poses. Once you've learned the sequence, you can repeat your favorite poses to get that opening. Shift your weight forward now, so you come away from the wall. So my bum comes away from the wall, bring my heels together, and then squeeze the inner thighs, and I bring my bum towards my heels to come up. Okay. And then I can bring my knees slowly together, and I take a few breaths just sitting up on my heels. Now from here, I'm going to use the wall, and I'm going to finish in Supta Upavishta Konasana. So for this, you're going to need a big wall. I'm going to bring my seat all the way to the wall, and I'm going to lie down. I'm going to roll, and I take my feet up, first straight up. I want to be close to the wall, but I want my lower back to be slightly lifting. So my bum is down, my pelvis is on the floor, and I can feel the natural curve lifting in my lower back. Okay? So we don't want the back to be flat on the floor. If your back is flat on the floor, move slightly away from the wall. And then from here, you take your legs down. So you straddle the legs, take the legs down, flex the feet, engage the legs against gravity. And then when you feel a little bit more opening in the hips, then you can allow the legs to go further down. So take a few moments here. Stay longer if you wish. And then at the end of every practice, we want to be able to finish in a restorative practice, in a restorative pose, so the body can recuperate. Instead of moving back into Shavasana from here, you're going to slowly bend your knees, push your heels into the wall, and you're going to bring your feet together at the top, like we began, in Viparita Karani. So your legs straight up, relax your arms, relax your legs a little bit, and rest here. Let the back of your thighs release down towards the floor. Let the buttocks release down towards the floor. Feel free to stay a little bit longer or to come out of this pose, bend your knees to your chest, roll to your right. Come up to sitting, and then you can just test your posture by sitting cross-legged and just notice where your knees fall, notice where your legs open to, and just notice any new sensations in your hips, your legs, your lower back. And remember that as our body opens, it's not only opening physically, but we're also opening energetically to the possibilities of life. So breathe and be well. Namaste.